Because I'm an idiot YouTuber, I've got early access to WRC 9, the official World Rally Championship game. So in this video, I'm going to take you for a beautiful, scenic, chilled out, completely not driving off cliff face, countryside tour of the New Zealand grasslands. Because New Zealand is one of the new locations to be found in WRC 9. Welcome back to the Game & Muscle YouTube channel. Click that like button and subscribe if you enjoy sim racing and simulator content. So here we go, guys. Rally New Zealand, as I say, totally new to WRC 9, one of the new settings, one of the new countries you can visit. I'm totally defaulting the car setup here. We're just going to go drive and talk about what we see. Mostly grass and probably a few sheep. So off we go. And you know, I have to say, of all the rally games, I absolutely love what the WRC developers do with their rally stages. WRC 8 and also WRC 9 is the same. You just get road details in here that you don't seem to find in other titles. It's super immersive, and it's not necessarily that the graphics are the highest fidelity graphics. It's just that it's all the undulations, shape, undulations, textures, the different cambers and wear on the road surface, and how the road merges with the side of the road, and the little bits of overhangs and where roads join the roads, the gates, the types of variation in corners. I find in a lot of rally games you can kind of feel like there's like 50 corners and then they're repeated, whereas in WRC 9 it's like, well, every corner is very much unique, so you better fasten your seatbelts if you ignore your co-driver, because you're going to be going off a cliff face or driving into a tree. Wow, we butchered that. There's a gate there. Now look at that. So already we've changed surface in this from a sort of thin, smooth tarmac to a compressed, what was probably gravel originally, and has then been compressed into mud. So it's kind of like a loose gravel type road. Look, guys, I'm not an industrial engineer, so this type of road probably has a specific name, and I don't know what that is. And as a result, whoa, the car wants to slide much wider. It's got initial bite, but the mass of the car, once it's sliding, really wants to push wide, which means you have to drive a lot more preemptively than you have to on tarmac. Here we go, back to the safety of the tarmac. Oh, power out. There's the gate on the left-hand side. Absolutely beautiful. Really nice. Look at the grass. Look at that little hill over there. It's like Teletubby land. Now, here we go. Beautiful vista. On the right there, you get a nice view whilst you're driving through the countryside at 140 miles an hour, hitting the occasional hobbit. You can have a look at the beach. You can see people enjoying getting a suntan. It's not that hot in New Zealand, I guess. Maybe in summer it is, but not right now. People on the beach getting a suntan, and then back you go into your rally car and concentrate on not driving off the cliff face, you know? That is what rally driving's all about, guys. Whoa! We've got to be really careful here, because that is a big drop on the right-hand side, and this road is very thin. Just using the brake to nose the car in there. I really should be concentrating a bit more on the co-driver. Fast right. Fifth. Yeah, all right, mate. Look at that. See how it dipped in there, and we got, whoa, and again. Whoa! Bloody hell. Totally planned, completely under control. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. It's like Game of Muscle Airways, this. Here we go. God. Look at all the different trees here. We've got some nice palm trees there. Beautiful. You can admire the planting. Look how that road merges on with this road. You can admire the geology, the plants. That's what rally drivers are doing. That's why it's such a hard sport. It's not because you're driving quickly trying to compete against other fast drivers in ridiculously speedy cars that are seemingly glued to the road. Until you do that. Barrel roll. Roll cage absolutely perfect on this vehicle. That's the Game of Muscle line through there. I've got a sponsor board on the bottom of the car. More sheep! But, oh man, guys. Absolutely fantastic stages in this. Now, it is, obviously, this is a press build of the game. This isn't the final version of the game. So who knows what's going to change by the time the game actually does come out. But so far, what I found with this is that it's very similar to WRC 8. It seems to run a little bit smoother. The frame time is a little bit better. And then, of course, you basically got more stages. But you probably have noticed, if you're listening very carefully, that the car sounds are a lot better. But let's do another New Zealand stage. Off we go! Ah, guys. I have to say, I think rally games are possibly the best forms of race driving. You know, you can driving against other people online on tracks is great fun in a competitive sense, but actually just manoeuvring a vehicle through a rally stage, that is where it's at in my mind. Look at this, we've got a little bit, again, it's that sort of a little bit slippy tarmac with some loose stones and dirt on it, so it's quite slippy tarmac actually. And then we've got these patches here where it's literally just coated in mud. Imagine that's from when it rains and it's dragged mud across the track, the road surface. I mean, look at this, I'm basically driving a rally car through Jurassic Park here. Nice and smooth. Really predictable handling in this, which you can get to grips with quite quickly if you're familiar with driving simulators. Oh dear, there's a dinged a post there. Let's give it a bit of, there you go, give it a bit of angle. So as I was saying, or I'm about to say before, you'll notice that the sound is really improved with the rally cars in this, and that again really helps bring you into the game, I find, and lets you focus on driving into trees all that bit better. Sheep! They're not kidding when they say that New Zealand has more sheep than people. Whoa, what kind of what kind of fence is that? Guys, this is my very first time playing this stage, so it's all a surprise to me. Oh dear. What kind of fence is that? Like a wooden wall in front of it. Oh dear. Got a nice little lighthouse on the hill there. Sightseeing from a rally car. Ah, there we go, back onto smoother tarmac, bit more grip. Wipe the dirt off. Look at that view. I need to load this location up in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So these are all based on real-world stages. I think that's why in WRC 8 and WRC 9 the stages have that degree of authenticity to them that maybe it's not quite the same in some of the other rally games out there. You get a lot of mod tracks for AC rally mod tracks and the mod tracks for RBR, which again, it's the small little details that I think are often missing, but developers of this absolutely nailed it. I've started to, I think as well with WRC 9, the cars seem to have a little bit, feels to me like they have a little bit more mass to how they move around. You can scandy flick them a little bit better than you could in WRC 8. Why is there a daytime firework display? Oh my god, we're caning it. Whoa, what? We're so dead. No, there it is. Oh my god, I can't believe we survived that. We're not even halfway through the stage, guys. So you actually, another thing as well in this is you get proper long stages. Oh, I totally missed it. You have proper long stages. Oh, bollocks. No, recovered. Thanks, grippy tyres. And a big part of rally driving is just that, staying laser beam focused for prolonged periods of time. Because one mistake and you got a farmer suing you for culling their flock accidentally, or herd. Why would farmers have a flock? New Zealand seagull farmers. Right, come on. How wide did you want to be? Ooh! Ooh! Thanks, tree. Now, what I have noticed in this press build as well is The damage and the collisions are very similar to WRC 8. And to be honest, I think you could go, oh, you know, it's too forgiving, and it is in terms of absolute realism. But from a gameplay perspective, I think it's nicely done. So it's not overly punishing, because at the end of the day, simulators are. Oh, look at that view! It looks like Devon. Simulators aren't totally realistic in the sense that sometimes when you hit walls and bumps and things, sometimes cars do go a bit over the top. And so if you're massively punished for that unfairly, then it kind of ruins the game. So I think it's better. If a game can't do damage completely realistically, it's better for it to be more forgiving than less forgiving than more forgiving. I personally, that's parked in a tree. That's not the racing line, you idiot. Oh, geez, that was deceptive. It's me laughing at that driver in the tree. So look at this. We've gone from just going across the coast to more inland where there's more fields, and you really notice the difference in the actual shape of the road surface, the width of the road, the amount of space you've got either side, the hills at the side of the road, and how much that allows you to run off, and how much that allows you to then, as a driver, decide how much of a cut you're going to risk taking, or if you take a bit more liberty or drive a bit harder. And that, again, is another big part of rally driving, is the driver deciding where to take the risks and, where to hold back a touch. What? That is not the... Who put that hole there? So that variability is so important. Oh, just over halfway here. So we're dying of old age. The car's going to be absolutely coke canned by the end of this. It's a real workout playing rally games as well, because well, if you're skilled, you probably don't do this so much. Like when you actually get into the flow of things a lot better, you don't overdrive. But if you're a little bit wonky donkey like me, a little bit over the top, a little bit too tail happy with the car, a little bit unsure of things, you will tire yourself out completely soaring away at the wheel. That's another thing to watch out for. If you watch really good pro rally driver onboards, you'll see they're actually pretty chill and tame inside the car. You know, everything's under control until it isn't. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. It's all right. Throw over that. Look it in there. Sometimes it's hard to know when to use the handbrake, you know. A lot of the time, because these cars actually, you can chuck them in quite a bit and you don't really need to use the handbrake. You'll actually lose time by using the handbrake. But other times you get into a little bit of understeer and the handbrake can be really happy to just tweak the back out to allow you to then get on the power sooner. Hairpin right through gate, here we go. The brakes are super effective in this. It's really satisfying, because you really can leave the brake in really late. You kind of think, oh, is it going to work? Is it going to work? And then it just works just in time. Try and hook this up through this. No! Bicycle rat car! We got away with that. Yeah, showboat for the crowd there. That was all calculated as usual. You know, totally in control here. I love the different gravel sounds as well, like the different surfaces, the stones hitting the bottom underside of the car. Oh, come on. Oh, see, I should have dinked the handbrake there, and that would have stopped the car getting stuck in understeer on the exit of that. It's amazing in rally driving how you can mess up one relatively simple corner and lose so much time. Oh, God. Even if you're not driving off cliffs. But we're actually up here. We're doing okay. Difficulty's on 100%. As I say, this is a early press build of the game, so stuff like AI timings and other bits and bobs aren't finished yet. Oh, I think I've damaged my car. Oh. Okay, we broke the... There we go. Now we got... That's it. If you cut the track, you get penalised. So, Jesus Christ, what's going on here? They use... this game has an esports series, and as a result, they've put if you cut the track, you go off it, you get absolutely pummeled. So the incentive is to really not make big mistakes. I think that's actually probably the compromise they made with this in terms of the damage not being crazy, but if you cut the track or you do stuff that would probably have wrecked the car or done severe damage, you do get time penalised. Which I think is fair enough. That's a good compromise. Here we go, back down onto normal roads now. It's so smooth. Look at that. It's like a drive in the country. Oh, there's a crowd. Look at the cars. Oh no, race finish into the crowd. There we go, 3rd place. But yeah, guys, WRC 9, New Zealand stages, absolutely gorgeous. Very much a continuation of what you'd expect from WRC 8. More details. I'd say slightly improved physics, but we'll do another video talking about the physics later on. But fantastic, really good fun. If you love rally games, this is a title to look out for. So thanks for watching, everybody. Click that like button, subscribe, and as always, happy tea drinking.